How can someone begin to strengthen their connection to their higher self daily?
All the things I've said, that's what the whole thing's been geared towards, is hearing more of your higher self and giving in less and less to the habitual thoughts that drag you down. We're meant
So
to be
when you
going higher.
Yeah, thank you. So when you're talking about habitual thoughts, I'm thinking that's over rumination or irrational thoughts.
No, not only that, I mean, it's the literal structure of the brain and our neurology. There is a pull towards the typical vibrational level. If you're used to thinking things aren't going to work out for me, that's a particular vibration. And there's been studies done that have calibrated the vibration or the value of thoughts. So if you're in fear or anger, those are very low. If you're in Christ consciousness, that's the highest. The
Ah, yeah.
second highest is joyous creation, which is interesting. Joyous creation is the second highest vibratory thought form underneath Christ consciousness. So if you're down there in anger or fear or worry or doubt, all of these have pulling momentums, so to speak. So I'm talking about working with our neuroplasticity and changing habitual, the way that you're used to thinking with that certain tone or that certain vibration overall of that certain level of like doubt, cynicism versus excitement over your day, excitement over the choices you get to make today, excitement to be in a body again. Each of those that you can feel are obviously, there's a comparison between them and they have a momentum to them, and you just keep thinking the same level of that kind of thought. That's the habitual thought patterns I'm talking about. So when you do the clearing and the activation of the back of the house consciousness, you raise your whole game and give your self-talk a higher vibrational overall stance, so that you're going to be more propelled to think a new habitual thought pattern at a new higher frequency,
Frequency.
closer to your higher self.
So in a way, that's a way of supercharging your thought patterns to
If
be
you can,
high. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So what are hidden energetic blocks and how do they manifest in our lives?
Oh, I've already answered that earlier on.
Yeah, but I know you answered that. You've already answered that. But I was wondering, do they actually affect the way our body system works?
Completely and entirely. So a chakra means wheel from Sanskrit to English, and it's the intersection of the mind, the body, and the spirit. And when we talk about the mind, I'm talking about the conscious mind, the thoughts you hear, and the unconscious and the subconscious. Yeah? I'm even talking about what some people call the super consciousness. This is out of the yogic teachings, the body and the spirit, turning the vital life force energy, or the prana, or the ki as in Reiki, or the chi as in Qigong, the vital life force energy. So if a chakra is closed, the wheel doesn't turn that vital life force energy in that area of the mind, the body, or the spirit. So as I said, the fifth chakra covers communication. Yes, higher level to it, it covers choice, creativity, creating your life from the choices you make, and courage. So courage, creativity, choices, higher aspects to the throat chakra. So if I feel I am blocked from being able to create my life, if you're listening to me and you're like, this woman's whacked, I don't have any choice here, I have to stay in this job because I've got to support my family, there's no choice for me, your neck's going to be tight.
It's
That
true.
vital life force energy isn't turning the buoyancy to the tissue or the musculature in that area, so it's tight, it's contracted. It's the same thing with mind, body, and spirit. A chakra is an intersection of the three. So the part of the mind it correlates to, like creativity, I don't have the choice. I don't have the choice, courage, creativity, to create my life. I have to do this. So you can hear the mind element. There's the unconscious conclusion. You're not even going to necessarily hear yourself saying, I can't do that. You're just going to stay in that job and think you have no choice. Right? That's what I'm talking about. When you get this back of the house stuff cleared, like you may have seen your father go about diligently working and your mother going about diligently working, having no time. Maybe you were the one who helped raise your siblings that were younger than you, and all you saw life as was burden and responsibility and work. So you're going to have that unconsciously, and you're never going to see the opportunity of, I could own my own business and actually make money as a possibility. So those are all examples of what you asked.
Thank you so much. So, invariably, what you're saying is that it might be a generational thing that needs to be broken.
That's part of what I clear in every clearing and activation I do. Imprints from your parents and ancestry. Yes. And I can go, it
Thank
goes back 7 generations, and it goes forward too. I've had clients notice their daughters and notice ancestors communicating to them more in a freedom, like with their mother and with their grandmother. Like it affects who are alive. Mother and grandmother are alive, and daughter is alive, for example. And you can see and they're not even interacting, talking about it necessarily, but the person's subtle energy system has changed. So where the power struggles are, which is the solar plexus or the upper belly area, they'll be out of the power struggle. My client who's shifted, and then the like, if the mother's used to having a power struggle with my client, the mother is like left poking to trigger, and that is gone in my client. So then the mother ends up shifting, and no words are ever said, or the mother doesn't shift, but no words are ever said. It's really interesting to watch the dynamics with this example, loved ones, intimate partners change when there's not even any verbal direct communication about what my client is doing. But because they're changing, it causes the other to have to shift because it's energy.
Thank you. How do we balance ambition with inner peace? I think that's very vital.
They're very intertwined. You have more inner peace the more you honor your genuine ambition, not externally imposed ambition, like a conclusion you hear driving your strategies and goals. I should be doing this because I'm this gender, I'm this age, I'm this ethnicity, and I live in this country. Nuh-uh. The ambition that's genuinely from the place I've been talking about during this entire time, where you're lit up.
Passion.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like what I'm doing now. I'm enjoying what we're talking about because I'm passionate about, this kind of topics.
And it's that internal drive, right? So that's an example of internal. Like again, one of the major areas of readjustment is not looking to the external world in ways that you're used to for your guidance. Good, get a mentor, yes, but hopefully if that mentor is good, they're going to be helping you tune more into yourself at the higher level.
Yes, thank you. So, how can spirituality be integrated into everyday life without feeling overwhelming or disconnected from reality?
Well, I mean, that's the entire focus of my business, is taking the higher self via the intuition into daily choices, every single choice, like following what are the higher, lighter choices. As if like Hansel and Gretel, I don't know if you know that story, following the breadcrumbs. I feel like my whole life has been like following the breadcrumbs, and I'm creating it through my intuitive guidance. Like 2 times, I'm not even exaggerating, in my late teens, early 20s, I didn't listen to my guidance. Woo! So I learned, okay, I gotta listen, because it creates so much more when you're following it in your daily life choices instead of resisting it or doubting it or not wanting to. So it takes a certain level of discipline to rise to that level of tuning out external voices and influences and following what you know is I don't mean to say follow your truth. That's not what I'm saying. Because when that is said, it seems to conjure up like I'm supposed to fight other people in order to follow my truth. No, it's very gentle and graceful and elegant. The divine is pure elegance. So following that and trusting that it's leading you, it's a dynamic relationship.
It's like an inner guidance, a light within you telling you this is the way to go, walk in it.
Yeah. I have to I have a client. Okay.
Can I do one more question, then we'll wrap up? Thank you.
Perfect.
If there's one truth about energy and healing you wish everyone understood, what will it be?
You have to go deeper. People want a quick fix, and they want to be able to do it themselves. And there's people out there who are not as proficient as others. It's like any other profession. There's doctors that are really knowledgeable, and there's doctors that just prescribe medication, barely listen to you, and are out the door in 2 minutes. So you want to look at the level of training and experience a person has for energy healing, and you really want to understand that if one, let's say a Reiki practitioner, lets you down, it doesn't mean all Reiki stinks. Also, it's subtle. And we're very conditioned to expect things to be big and loud and noticeable. But the subtle energy system is where energy is. And so one of the main things I would love people to know is that one subtle energy shift and another subtle energy shift and another subtle energy shift add up to affect the physical. But it doesn't work like things do at the physical level, or like clicking on a link and then buying something, then having it show right up on your screen. It's not necessarily instant like that until you can get more and more able to observe at deeper and more subtle levels intuitively. So it involves a little bit of trust, but we are in humanity's awakening times. You're meant to be awakening to more than just the physical.
Thank you. So such a powerful and enlightening conversation. Today, we were reminded that healing isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about remembering who we truly are, aligning with our energy, reconnecting with our higher self, and living from a place of purpose, clarity, and intention. To our guests, thank you, Dr. Alison J.K., for sharing your wisdom, your presence, and your work with us.